Welcome to the 2012 AHS Course Selection Web Demonstration. With our new data management system, Aspen, students now select courses for next year online. My name is David Sawyer, and I'm the assistant principal here at Attleboro High School. This video is designed to walk students and their parents through this new process. Students received login information, written instructions, and a booklet of course descriptions in advisory this Wednesday. Parents, please ask your students to share these materials with you. They will greatly assist in this process. Students without internet access will be helped in school by their guidance counselors. Please call your house office if you have any questions. All right, let's begin. The district's new data management system, Aspen, is not only for school officials, but is currently used by all teachers at AHS. To complete course selections for next year, students are now being given their access, and next year families will follow. All users of Aspen log into the same website listed here on your screen. That's ma-attleboro.myfollett.com. Once here, students must enter their login information, which was shared with them in advisory on Wednesday. Students should see their advisor or guidance counselor if they've misplaced it. This information is confidential and should be kept safely and not shared with anyone. To protect the confidentiality of our real students, we have created a fictitious student, George Washington, for the purposes of this demonstration. The login ID for all students is first initial, last name, all one word. The password is a 5-digit number. So for George, his login is G Washington. And then I type in his 5-digit code and click on the Log On button to log us in. All students would see a page similar to this. To select courses, students should go to My Info, which is at the top here of the page. Once in My Info, there is a side tab, and the bottom one is labeled Requests. And this is the page on which students make their course selections for next year. It says at the top, 2012-2013 requests. It lists the number of primary and alternate selections. It gives the percent the student has been scheduled. This number will remain at 0 during course selection process. This number does not change until we actually begin scheduling students, which occurs after they have selected their courses. We also have a running total of the number of credits that the student has selected. For all students, in the end, this number should total 37.5. Here, at the top of the page, we have a list of instructions. Again, we've listed the number of credits needed, which is 37.5. And then we've given a list of the requirements. George is a 9th grader, and so he is selecting courses for 10th grade. In 10th grade, he needs an English option, a math option, a science option, a social studies option, physical education, and then enough electives to total 37.5 credits. These all must be made in primary requests. The number of primary requests should add up to 37.5. There are now buttons for each subject area. Our first subject is English. So we press the button for English to select, and the sophomore offerings are now listed. There are instructions for each department, and then the list of courses. So George here has to choose between English 2, which is a 7.5 credit course, and English 2 Honors, which is a 5 credit course. George is going to take college prep. After checking the box, we hit OK. And now the selection has been made. In the chart on the page, in the subject area line for English, his course number has been listed, the name of the course has been listed. This column, called alternate, lists whether or not this is an alternate or primary request. All the requests made under primary request will be primary, so this column will all have ends in it. I would just ignore this column. And then lastly, the last column is says the number of credits, which is 7.5. If we now go back to the top of the page, you will see that the number of credits is now listed as 7.5. This total will continue through the process. Students need to go through and select for each of the required courses as listed in the instructions. So we'll do another one, math. Things are a little bit more complicated for math. George is currently, again, a 9th grader. He's in algebra. So now he has to choose between geometry and geometry honors. Now, George did well in algebra this year, and he thinks he wants to step up and try to do some honors level work. You'll notice that the geometry honors course, unlike the college prep course, is split into an A-B section. To count for a full year of geometry, both A and B selections have to be made. But luckily, the computer's smart enough to know this, so even though we need to take both, all I really need to do is select the A section. Again, click OK. And both the A and B components of the Geometry Honors course, which is really one course even though there are 2 pieces of it, have now been added. And you can tell that it's a full course because the 2.5 and the 2.5 credits add up to 5 credits. And again, his total credit has now been adjusted to 12.5. So this process continues until you get to 37.5. Some subjects, like foreign language, are electives. Students may opt to take them or choose not to. All students must take health PE in the 10th grade. So I'll just show you that. It's just the one course. You've got to take it. And on the process goes. Some subjects have elective choices, like their English electives, math electives, science electives, and then other departments have been lumped together as other electives. We also have art, music, and CTE. When a student has a total load of 37.5 credits, then he or she has done making his or her selections. But there are also alternate requests. These requests would fill the elective selections if certain courses are filled or don't run, or the student can't fit them into their schedule. So these alternate requests become very important during the actual scheduling process. We ask students to consider choosing up to 4 alternate requests. The last thing I'd like to point out is at the bottom of the page, there's a section called Notes for Counselor. Students may type anything they need to tell their guidance counselor on this section. So George wants to get some help making a decision about his CTE choice. Guidance counselors will have access to these notes and will use these notes to help guide students and know who needs help and what kind of help to get. So I encourage students and their parents to use this field to communicate directly with their guidance counselor. Course selections made by students will be inspected by their guidance counselors. Students who do not complete their selections before the window closes will be seen by their guidance counselor. Finalized course selections will be sent home for parents to review. There will be an opportunity to make adjustments at that time. The window for online course selections closes this Friday, February 3rd. Please contact your child's guidance counselor if you have any questions or concerns. This concludes our demonstration. I hope it was helpful.